Oh, you better answer quicker next time.
Quick, fast, guys. And this is like a rapid answer, straight to the point. And I just want a yes or no answer. Black lives matter or all lives matter?
Black Lives Matter stuff.
Boom, bomb, period. End the conversation.
Period.
End it. That's it.
Thank you for your answer. I appreciate that because I see that you co-signed that.
Co-sign, resign, fucking lock it off. Like, I'm too light-skinned for this shit.
Yeah. You know me, man. Black Lives Matter. All day.
All right.
Every day.
So don't forget to say their names, okay, guys? It's very important. Okay?
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
How do you feel?
How do I feel?
Yeah, like how do you feel? All lives matter, Black Lives Matter. Like, what is your position?
I feel like Black Lives Matter.
Okay.
In this situation.
Because I felt like your voice is important too.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. But I seen a post from a friend of mine today, and she said, her post basically said when the Boston riot happened, they were victims of the Boston riot. And when the Vegas shooting happened, they were victims of the shooting riot. Or the Vegas shooting. And when anything happens, you always name the city. Or you name the people that it happened to. So the fact that this is happening to black people, why can't Black Lives Matter?
Poignant.
Most definitely.
That's all you gotta say. I was like,
wow. I was like, whoa. I was
very
like, that
poignant.
is the realest thing that I've seen.
Upset.
And I was like, after that, I was like, I had to ask the question. I was like, how do you guys feel about that? Because she made a very valid point.
Very poignant.
Very, very valid point.
Very, very valid.
Speaking about Black Lives Matter, have you guys seen this Pressa picture that's going around the internet right now?
I shared that shit.
Jeez, quick us.
Yo, bro.
Can somebody enlighten me? Because I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
What's going on?
It's rough. It's I don't know.
Can I tell her?
Go ahead.
We're gonna show
so
her.
basically,
We're gonna show
Pressa
her.
is in like army gear with the thing, and he has his fucking foot on a police officer's neck on the ground.
Pretty much the George Floyd situation. He's doing it to the cop. And Black Lives Matter.
I f***ed with this.
That's what I said. I shared that like 7:30 this morning.
Now it's crazy. It's funny that you guys f with it because you're getting a lot of backlash from it.
Yeah.
Why?
You know
what
why
are they saying?
I believe everything. They're saying timing. They're saying it's not a good look that he's doing it. Like the fact that he's doing what caused the man, even though it's to a police officer, he's still doing what caused George Floyd to die.
I mean, okay, a picture speaks 1,000 words. You know what I'm saying? To me, I wouldn't look at this in a negative situation at all. I would look at it as being like putting yourself in the position of others. The picture speaks a lot more than what people are trying to make it seem like. You know what I'm saying? This is art. Photography is art. You know what I'm saying?
He's an artist and he has a message.
Exactly. So he has a platform. He's using it to show his opinion or show his feelings about the situation. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, to be honest.
You're right. Hey, man, your opinion too. So
I fucks with this. I'm
not gonna lie. At first, I was cool with it. And then I got a lot of other perspectives of it, and then I kind of split down the middle. Like, I don't mind it. Like it's not nothing that it doesn't bother me personally, but I can understand the other side of it.
Question: if he would have did this, because you said timing, right?
Yeah.
If he would have did this 3 months later down the line, would it have been as effective?
No, it would have been even worse. I think it would like so.
I think it would be like opening up an old wound again. You know what I'm saying?
Can I just say something?
Of course.
I look at myself like I'm a hood baby like Pressa, like yo, I am a straight statistic generator. Like if you look at my history, like anything that could happen to anybody born in the hood, that's what it'd be. And Pressa's the same way. He was literally that kid like man them would give freezies to and things, you know what I mean? So for him to make an image like that is like for me to make an image like that. Like, yo, dude, like, from I'm 4 years old, the mans that will buy me candy and tell me they love me, they're the people who are being gunned down and killed and shit. Like, they're sent to jail for the rest of their life if they didn't do. He's the one he's the baby.
Here's where I'm going to cut you on that.
You also have to remember that Pressa's dad, right, is incarcerated. You know what I mean? That could be his type of representation about how he feels about that situation.
Exactly.
You don't know, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. We grow different.
Would you like me to say that again?
Say it again. Tell me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm saying like we also have to remember that Pressa's dad has been incarcerated for a very long time. So that piece of that photo could have been a representation of how he feels. You know what I mean? We don't know. Like I said, a picture has 1,000, you know, meanings.
Here's how I'm just gonna play devil's advocate a little bit.
Okay, cool.
We were mad at the Caucasians for reenacting it and posting pictures about it and making videos about it or whatever. Why are we as a people then doing the same thing? It's not, and it doesn't matter that he's not that the man is a white man or whatever the case is. We're still reenacting the same thing that still killed a man. We're still promoting the same thing that caused murder. And you can't kill somebody. And I was like, I get it.
Sometimes you have to do stuff to like, okay. I don't know how to explain it.
To incite it, and
you gotta be radical.
I get it.
How about you do? He has to do something. Sometimes he has a platform, right? So maybe he took the opportunity to do something that was like absurd to get the attention and that he needed to, you know, shed light on the situation. You know what I'm saying?
And I respect it, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not disputing it because I understand why I get why the picture, but at the same time, I can understand why people are offended by the picture.
Can I add this?
Yeah.
Let's just really bring it back to some other things. Like Cat Williams walked black carpets. Cat Williams walked black carpets with a noose around his neck. You know what I mean? He's one of very few black men in entertainment to be arrested more than 15 times a year and never be charged because of the things that he says. A lot of the things that he said have come to fruition. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
so like we sit here and we.
So question.
Precedent.
I know you want to say Pressa and stuff, but it's kind of the same. Like,
but I can't compare it that way because I'm like,
are they trying to say that by him doing that he's showing racism by doing that?
No, I don't know what they're saying. I have no idea what the comments are saying.
I think I understand what you're saying.
I'm just trying to say like he shouldn't be mirroring it because it shouldn't be acceptable. Period.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's what they're saying. But I'm not. The thing is, remember, I'm not on social media like that, so I'm only going based on my
like N-word situation. If we don't want them to say it, why do we say it? If we don't want them to make images of it, why would we make images of it? But
I think it's just a sensitive situation for the time that we're in right now, because it's like we're trying to get black people not to, like, they're trying to say that the black people are causing the riots. We're not necessarily causing the riots. There's just a lot going on right now, and I just feel like don't add to the violent aspect of it. Try to bring peace to it. And I think that's what my opinion is on the picture. Don't shed light on what happened. Bring peace to the situation. That doesn't bring peace to the situation. And that's how I feel about it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not wrong in the picture. I totally get why he did it.
Well said.
Very well said.
But bring peace to it.
Can I just add one more thing? Because I really believe what you're saying, but I also believe that like hip hop and like what we call or what white people call urban culture, which is really just what black people have made to create joy in their lives, but people have monopolized on it. I believe that like hip hop it's been on that dynamic as well. It's been on that like gray line where it's like like for me, you know what I mean? I have very uplifting conscious things, but then I have like 1-2 songs that like I have to be a little gangster. I have to show them like this is like, cause that's what I went through. You know what I mean? So I think that's where I would connect with Pressa, because it's like when you're a kid and you're growing up and you're seeing this, you know what I mean? You want to be the man stepping on people's necks and saving your people.
To be honest,
you know.
And I understand that.
I mean, if you're gonna say like, yeah, it's better to fix the situation with peace, I understand that aspect, but I don't think that white people are allowed to feel offended by that picture. Period.
No, you.
I don't think it's white people that are offended either.
What do you think? It's black people. That's
I
believe black people came at me that were offended still.
I don't know though, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm not on it like that. But I'm like, if white people are offended, they can say it.
I feel like okay, those black people, black people are just humble altogether. We'll go through so much, and we'll still see the better. You know, let's do better. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I don't want to sound ignorant, but I agree with that picture. I don't see anything wrong with it, because at the end of the day, we deal with it all the time. You know what I mean? First of all, I come from a biracial family. My mom's half black, half white. You know what I'm saying? I experienced racism from my own white side of the family. I've had times where they invite my mom to weddings and tell us that they can't bring their black kids. You know what I'm saying? My mom's black kids. I don't think I don't think that situation should be too sensitive. That picture should be that sensitive because we deal with this on a regular basis, and we have to, keep it in. We have to keep it cool.
I hear what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
It's so true because they used to make postcards for Christmas, like a picnic. Like black people shouldn't even be taking picnics because it would be because picnics are born from picking a nigga and hanging him, while you and your family sit there on the lawn and watch him die and eat your fucking sandwiches. So like, there are things that like we have been instilled through Western culture as these are fun things to do. We've been what do they say? Bamboozled. Hoodwinked. No, they say bamboozled because that's what they used to call. That's the shows they used to have for black people. That's like one of my favorite movies. Is it called Bamboozled?
It is called that. It is called that. I hate that show.
That's
I hate
like
that movie. I went to work and like nearly killed all the
that
people
and Dead
white people that were
Presidents
inside
is
there.
my favorite fucking movies for truth. You know what I mean? And I mean, it sucks that we have to have this conversation. But you know what I mean? The fact that we're having this conversation is the most powerful thing, because there was a time where we thought things were okay. But now we have live. Now we have social media. Now we have post everything. We can't hide from our truth. And not only is that, but now we have it, right? And they've locked us up in our houses. So now, not only have you given us every tool to promote ourselves and to find the truth through social media, but you've ordinated a state of emergency so that I have to sit home and watch this all day, every day. Like, what does that do to you? Because you have children too, you know what I mean? Like, what does that do? What does that do for you as a black woman with family who has children and like, you know what I mean? You have to sit there and watch that.
No, listen, I ain't got no kids.
You don't need kids, but you got kids around you.
No, 100%.
And it makes you think about bringing children into this world, doesn't it?
I'm not having no babies in the midst of nobody's corona, in the midst of killing nobody's black babies. I'm not doing any of that right now. Like, I'm so sorry.
Wrong you, eh?
Like,
I have
right now,
no shame in your game. No
but
shame.
right now, in the midst of this,
No shame.
I'm okay. You know what I mean? Like, I'm good. Like, I respect anybody that's pregnant right now, anybody that's giving birth, anybody that's raising kids during this right now. It's a lot to explain to your kids what the vid is and why they can't be outside, depending on how old they are. On top of that, if they're like old enough to understand what's happening and that they're locked up inside and whatever the case is, that's crazy. If they're babies, that's rough. If you're a single mother, if you're raising, like if you're a dual house, it doesn't matter. If you're raising kids in the midst of what's going on right now, even as a African American, Canadian African,
Father
whatever you want to call
mother.
them, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You're gonna have to explain to your children that they can't go outside because they might get shot or they might get sick. So either way, they're screwed.
They're still confused. Yeah.
They're still confused. I respect anybody that has to do that right now. You know what I mean? But I'm not in that situation. All I know is it's scary. It's a scary time because as much as it's happening a lot in the States, it will trickle over here ever so slowly. Our history is shit. You know what I mean?
Yo, hold on. So you're speaking about the trickle.
Yeah.
Trickle
So the protest today. A man went downtown in a blackface.
Was that today? Was that this morning?
I believe it was this morning.
I
He
thought
got
it was
arrested.
yesterday.
I think he got
went
arrested.
blackface.
I think he got arrested.
No, yeah,
today.
they called the police and the
I think
police
they
arrested
dashed
him.
because
Yeah.
at the end of the video it looked like somebody dashed something at him and it was just like, yeah, the feds just had to take him away.
But they have to because
Yeah,
that
but
must be, what is that?
trampled.
Bro,
Inciting
like-
a riot? No?
This
You're
is
there
what
to
the
incite
world come
Honestly,
to.
that guy where he was at was worse than putting bricks on the side of the start. You know,
Which the police were
ballooning.
doing.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, those are big facts.
Him being right there with all those people, that guy could have lost his life.
He was
for that.
probably a cop.
Honestly, I don't care.
It's
Yo,
possible.
that's very
He
possible.
never know.
looked like he
It's
got
possible.
a fucking first choice cut.
Maybe they were trying to start up something that way, right?
He
You never know.
looks like he got a first choice cut.
Yeah.
Yo, I just realized what that meant.
Yeah, police officers get free first choice because you don't fucking know that. Dog, yo.
Is that facts?
Facts. Like
Facts
when you
or
have
facts?
a CAA card, when you have a
The thing
CAA
about it
card,
is-
you get discount on Harveys.
I actually,
When you're a cop, you get. That's why they all have the same.
you know what? But it's true.
It's
And if
part of
this
the
is
money
like
that
a
they get.
thing, if this
Is
is
that
a thing,
is that a
that's
thing?
like a real. That's like.
How do I pay for your dental and
How do
your
you know
haircut?
this?
Why do you know that?
How do you know that?
Oh, okay, so I grew up with only black people,
Yeah.
and the man who raised me, he's
Yeah.
a martial artist. We have a taekwondo club called Asian Martial Arts, and he's also like, he does this program called Youth Awareness and Safety.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to do it all downtown. His name is Master T, but he's an actual master, not the Master T for music.
Okay.
Some of you might know him.
Yes, Master T. Yes,
Yeah, and he make you
100%.
do- he make
Extended
you do
mix.
push-ups. This Master T make you do push-ups.
Mhm.
And I was raised by that man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he'll go out and cuss the firefighters. Why is there no black firefighter here?
I still want to know why you know this.
Okay, so that's why I know this, because I was raised by people like that. So I look for this information. My family gives me this information.
Mhm.
Plus, I honestly, I work for an organization called One by One Movement.
Mm-hmm.
And we go into actual communities and we set up like community
No more
meetings where like your
Okay.
mom lives in the building and she wants somebody there. We set up a meeting every week in that building
Mhm.
where we can find it. Plus they set up food banks in that building and clothing banks, and like we're trying to go do a crossover between Hawaii and Toronto, and like they've had me connected with Talk 1010 because of I'm trying to be anti-gun violence. I'm trying to speak for some people. Like, so those are the people like SVC. Like she's a mother, CVS. Sorry, she's a mother who lost her son many years ago, and she's part of the fucking community that like puts that information out. You know, so I mean, I'm gonna contact you, beautiful queen,
Mhm.
because there's a lot of us out here who have lost. And we're not trying to let nobody else lose.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason why I love who my team is. I love Price. I love Luna. Because Luna is like the realest female
Mm-hmm.
I've literally ever worked with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because she's going to tell me, you know, I know you want to go rally century, but maybe it's better you just continue to make good music and promote the world like we're doing. You know what I mean? And she's somebody, she put little chain on my neck because she knows say I'm an Aries. Like, who does that? Like, I lost that ball with all of us, and she did my push-ups with me. That's real queenism.
That's what's up, yo.
So
That's
that's
real
where I
shit,
get
you
my
know what?
information from. People I
Empowered
trust.
women empower women. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
What are we? We're not afraid. Because that's
Yeah.
what did you tell me before about women not wanting to promote each other in the city? Tell them how you feel
Females
about
get
that. 'cause it's
intimidated. You know what
true.
I'm saying? Like make it hard to work with females in the city.
Tell them.
Well, that's not the first female that I've heard say that.
Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna get into that.